Okay, Leslie, the first part of pitching is what we call the attack posture. And it's where we start driving towards the mound. I'm going to compare you to Lisa Fernandez. And you can see how much lean she has in that right line at her foot as she's driving home. And you can see how you're in a more upright position. And this is something I think we could do to get a little more velocity. You can see the red line down your spine is the posture. The green line is your bent knee. And then the right line pushing off your back foot. And when we compare that to her, you can see how much more lean that she has and how much more line angle that she has as she's driving home and generating more energy and more push. Yours is more upright. And we have to be careful not to get too much, but a little bit more than what you have would put us driving home better. The next part, circle start, that's where the ball's at the very bottom and we start our arm circle. You can see the red line is the posture and the blue line is the straight ball down. And when we compare that, once again, to Lisa, you can see that she has a little more angle and at the point in which she starts attacking home. So yours is upright and leads us for opportunity to be able to generate more energy to go home. So from there we go to what's called the first quarter. That's where we're reaching towards home. You can see the two red lines, our glove and our ball hand is reaching and stretching for home plate. You can see Lisa, and you can see how much further she's driving, but both her hands are driving. And then look at you as you get to circle peak. You'll notice your hand starts to nod off to the left side instead of driving down the power line. Now here at circle peak, you can see the green line is what's called X or K posture, because the red, the green, and the two lines makes an X or the letter K. And you look just like she does. You look good except for right here around the yellow. Your glove is drifting to the left instead of pulling you down the power line. So that also is an opportunity for us to improve. You still have some reverse posture. You can see the yellow line going backwards. And that's really good as you get to what's called the toe touch position, which is next. As you toe touch and start to bring your arm down, you'll see that she has elbow bend. She still has reverse posture, and as she touches her toe to the ground. So you look like her. The blue line is your reverse posture, and you have a little bit of elbow bend. Then you get to, as the ball's behind you, what's called the three-quarter position. You can see the blue line right here is where she's gone from reverse posture to the red line, which is straight up, and the white line is her resisting on the front. You look very much like here. You're getting to the red line. You're getting more straight up. So you've gone from reverse posture to a more straight up posture, and you're resisting hard on the front foot. And that gets us to the final part of release, the bottom of the circle. Now, she bends her elbow and then unhinges her elbow to release the energy that comes from the arm circle. And that's something I think that we can be better at too. Your arm is straight down, and we lose a little bit of that energy transfer. Here, your chest in the yellow box is facing too much towards home. And, of course, you snap and let go of the ball into a nice firm finish here at the end. So here you are going through a slow motion pitch and a nice finish on the end. And another time. So we could do better. Look at our upright posture. We can drive harder towards home plate, and I think we can get just a little bit more out of you. And here you finished with your hand on top and kind of rolled your hand over, and you need to be a little bit more consistent on your finish. Here I'm trying to demonstrate to you that we want to get more drive home and more push and more explosion, and something for you to work. And let's see what you do right here. You had much more bend right there, and now you're really trying to drive here at the circle peak. As you get to 3/4, you've got nice elbow bend. And then right here at release, you see how your arm's straight down, and we lose a little bit of that transfer of energy. You see Lisa, how she unhinges her elbow, and that's something we want to be a little bit better at. Snap the ball. Your elbow comes out just a little bit, which isn't a big problem, but anyway, we just want to develop some more consistency. Here, your hand is open. I don't know what you're doing right there. And there again, you've got to be more consistent on the finish so that we're more consistent throughout our pitch. It just makes us better at locating and much sharper. And you can see your finish here is just a little bit different. Next pitch right here, we're going to start our drop ball. And we want to try to cut our stride down a little bit and get on top of it. And I'll freeze when you get to that point. And you can see here that you're trying to get on top. Your shoulder and chest is already facing towards home plate. And we'd really like to be a little more sideways and try to be a little bit more on top of the softball. I'm going to compare this one a little bit to Kaylee Smith. Kaylee does a good job trying to get on top of the ball. But here you come, you stop, and your nose could be a little bit more on top. If we compare to her, you'll see how her nose is out front. It's like her back shoulder is throwing downhill. She is bending a little bit forward right here, but she's pushing up on the backside to get on top of it. And we got to get more push up on the backside so that you can really be on top of that drop ball. Here's another drop ball. And you're a little bit forward, but we'd like to be a little more sideways and a little more on top of the ball. And then we want to trust that drop ball. Here's a forward view of you so that we can see from a front on. Arm goes back. Here you're coming, look at your glove hand driving out to the left side. We want to pull home. Right here, your hand's behind the ball. Got resistance on the front. You snap the ball and your elbow comes out just a little bit, which is natural transfer of energy. But there again, we just like to be a little more on the finish. We would like it to be more the same. Another front view. And you can see how you're just not very consistent at your release. So we definitely want to be behind it so that we can get that nice 12-6 rotation. Here your hand's way outside, back of your hand facing down third base, and ball coming up a little bit high, as you can see. And there again, just developing a little consistency. We start to screwball. Look at the backswing right here. You start to come back, but then you reach way back behind your head. This is not the circle angle that we want to be on. We want the swing to go out and come back in with your body so that you can then turn. You're coming straight through right here, and then you do a decent job of trying to turn and spin the ball. We're not getting, and here I put it in slower motion. We just really don't have a good spin on it right there that we want, but not bad for the first day. So our backswing should be back out and then in across the body. Yours goes, look at that. Now you swung out, but then you wrap it back behind your body, and that's just a poor circle angle for what we're trying to do here. Here your hand, you're stepping left of power line. You really want to be bringing your hand across your belly, inside out. You're coming straight down the target line. And we'd like for you to come outside in so that you can spin and create a little more follow through so that we can get a nice tight side spin. I really slowed the ball down this time so that we can try to see the spin on the ball. But once again, you can see your arm swing. We need to go outside in. You come outside the power line. You really snap hard right here, but we don't have a really good side spin, and that's something that'll get better, but it'll get better if we make a better arm circle. So in summarizing, on our regular pitch, our attack posture, our elbow release, and 12-6 rotation, being more consistent with that, that's the things that we'll concentrate when we're throwing our fastball. When we talk about throwing our drop ball, we really want to think about being on top of the ball, our nose forward, and throwing the ball downhill, really trying to get on top of our drop ball. And your drop ball's been peeling off pretty good, but there's a lot more for us to get there if we can clean up our mechanics. And then finally, as we work on our screwball, we've got to work on our arm swing, our posture, and our spin. And I think if we get the arm swing portion first, then we'll be well on our way to getting where we want to be. So other than that, not a bad job here pitching.